Hello, Akko here. Welcome back to Utopia³. I've not done a video for quite a while. I've got something to show you out there that Nicholas made, as you can see. I just want to show you this. If you've got a similar setup to me, so at the minute we have chunk loaders turned off when people are offline, and whenever I come on, you see that my capacitor banks are all full, but my engines are still running, which is a bit of an issue because it keeps wasting all my fuel. So be aware if you're using a similar setup to this. I'm not sure if it's because our chunk loaders are set to run only when we're online because of the issues we was having, but look, I've broken that and put it back and now it's turned off. So some kind of interaction between that power monitor and that red alloy wire that's not working correctly when I'm offline. It works fine when I'm online because I've watched it, it turns off properly. Just when I'm offline it don't work properly. Right, so since the last Utopia video I hit 5,000 subs. Thank you very much everyone for subbing. Nicholas made me a nice little thing outside my window. Thank you, Nicholas. So put up here. Congrats on 5,000 subs. Cool. Thanks, dude. So yeah, thank you everyone for subscribing. I hope I keep you interested enough to stick around. Sweet. I've not really done anything for 5,000. I should have done something myself, but with all the different things I've been doing, I just it's got beyond me a bit. It's got past me a bit, and I've not managed to do anything. Anyway, I will try and I'll make sure I do something for the next big landmark if I ever make it to it. Right. So I think my mic's touching my face. Hang on. I hope that didn't sound too bad. I apologise if it did. So what have I done since last episode? I've done quite a bit, to be honest. I was a little bit unsure what to do next video. Now I've started doing some bee stuff, but it's not really working for me. I've thrown some bees into there, and what I've used up to now is I've used 3 stacks of blaze powder. I don't run out of blaze powder, so I went and broke some ice from over by my other base over there. There's loads of ice around it, yeah. And I put about 12 blocks of ice in there, and that ice was just enough to finish it off. So you see this Rocky Princess here has got both 5 on the temperature tolerance. So this bee could work in the nether, it could work in the desert, it could work anywhere, which is really cool. So I've got that temperature onto the princess, and now I need to do the same. That's what this little drone in here is about. And so the same onto the drone here. So look, this is only at 1 at the minute, so I'm going to stick that in there, and this ice. So blaze powder or ice will move the tolerance of the temperature to more. Yeah, so it's increasing the tolerance, but it's a random chance. So it might take stacks. It could take just 3 or 4, but there you go. And then I believe it might be sand that does the humidity tolerance. So I'm going to get both 5 and then both 3 on the humidity. And then these have got maximum fertility, so I'll run these a little bit in one of the alveoles. So I've got maybe 12 drones, and then I'll run the drones through the isolator there and try and get them serums off for the temperature and the humidity tolerances, and then I can put them on any bee. So I could, for example, I could bring nether bees from the nether, give them tolerances, and then they'll work in the overworld fan. So that's good. The other thing I've been working towards is I want oil bees, of course. Now, oil bees, let me have a look at this. Let me have a look at oily comb. Oily comb is what we're aiming for. Oily combs come from oily bees, or refined or distilled. Now, see, the oily, they're a speciality. The distilled and the refined, they come off like that. So you've got a 10% chance of getting oily comb each bee tick. With the refined, you also get biogas, biofuel. That's the forestry biofuel. Use that a bit extra, and it's not any slower than that. So you might as well do that 1 step extra and go for refined. Why are there 2 of them? Strange. But to get to refined, we need oily and distilled, oily and industrious, oily, primeval, and ocean. Now, ocean are hive bees. We can get them down from the hive. Primeval, we've actually already got. Ancient, noble, primeval. I've already got them. Interesting. I've gone a step further. I was going up that primeval branch to get relic, because relic's got the longest life. We jump over here. Now, something weird with my FOV going on there. So I was starting to go for the next bee in this line. I've actually got Primeval. I was going for Prehistoric, and then from Prehistoric I was going to go for Relic. Relic has got the longest life, so your bees last longer. It don't make a massive difference, but the less time your bees got to spend coming out of the alveoli and back in, it adds up a little bit. So I like to go for longest life. You add longest life and fastest production together, you get a really good productive bee. So I'm kind of heading towards that longest life stat there. The problem I'm having is this is breeding alveoli here. I've got Oblivion frame in there, so the bees die in one tick. I've got a mutator block there that I've been putting refined uranium ore in. And if you look, this should have had 8% chance. The refined uranium should put that up to 80% chance. So I should have a pretty good chance of getting a decent set of bees out of this. If you look, it's just not happening. It's like the mutator block isn't working. So I know Binny's just released a new release for 1.6. So I'm thinking it's, look, Primeval Majestic. That's not mutated at all. It's just created a half breed between Majestic Primeval. We've got there we go. That's Prehistoric. So that's moved on one, and they haven't again. So out of them them 4 drones and the 1 princess there, we've only got 1 that Prehistoric's even appeared on. With an 80% chance, I've done bees before. 80% chance, I should have probably got a pure of each, a pure princess and drone from that mutation with a mutator blocking. So that I don't think is working correctly at the minute. So I'm going to see. I'm going to have a quick. Well, I'm going to have a read about the new version, and I've got no. I brought no thingy with me. Let me just put them into my ME network for now. So yeah, I'm going to check the new version, see if there's anything mentioned in the changelog about mutator block working or not, because I don't think it's working. I don't anyway. What I want to do, I'll quickly show you what else I've done. What I'm going to get into actually is something I've never done before. I'll show you this real quickly. This is an idea based on Corjantes from the Resident Rise server. He's got a very nice, really productive XP farm. Now I was looking for a silverfish, so I was having a dig around just randomly, because silverfish randomly appear in blocks in extreme hills biomes, and all this island is built out of extreme hills. So when I built my tunnel from the one base to the other, I found some. So I went randomly looking, so I didn't find any anyway, but I did find 3 of these blocks, these bushes. So what I thought I'd do this little similar build to what Corjantes got. This is autonomous activators from thermal expansion. These guys, really simple to make, very straightforward. I mean, really early game simple to make. And what you can do with these are so cool. Check this out. You can have it right click or left click. You can have it so it shifts, so it doesn't shift, so sneak or not sneak. So that's a shift right click, which is really cool functionality. Randomly use items, round robin use. That's if you've got items in there for it to use. And then aim level, you can have it aim high, aim low, aim level. So obviously aim level would be, if I was stood in this block, aim level would push whatever in front of me. Aim low would push whatever blocks. If there was a block, if there's some way of activating the top of this block, then having the thing next to it here, aim low would activate the top of this block. Same as aim high would activate the underside of the block above. So really cool little thing. What I've got is these berry bushes concealed in dark glass so they grow quicker. And I've just got some item ducts. And not much is happening yet. I've got a couple, but thought I'd leave that going and see how many I get. Now, Corjantes has got a lot more bushes than that, and his design's different. Is it open at the top, but it's sealed in darkness. It's open at the top and it collects them with a vacuum hopper and puts the XP into a XP bottler. I just thought for now I'll see how it works, just collecting the berries. And I thought I might as well have it while I'm going. Now, downstairs, this side's all the same. I put them punji sticks in on Bevo's recommendation. I'm not sure if I want them. I've left them in for now. But my thinking is, the amount of mob essence you get from a grinder depends on how many hit points the mob's got. So if these are doing damage to the mobs, then there'll be less hit points getting done by the grinder, so there'll be less mob essence. So I think the punji sticks might be working against what I'm trying to do here a little bit. But I'm going to leave them in until we get mutant creatures out and see. I'll see how much mob essence we get, then I'll test it without them and I'll see which is better. What I have done is I built a little sheep shearing thing here with dynamism tablet. Dynamism tablet's just got a pair of shears in it, set to right click, and I've just got a captive sheep there on grass. So, and then a vacuum hopper to collect the wool that the thing cuts up. So there we go, you just saw it happen. So the sheepette got his wool back, and then the vacuum hopper sucked the wool into the chest. So look at that, it's got me over a couple of days that I've not been on, that I ain't done a video, I mean, it's got me quite a bit of wool. So slower than actually killing sheep for it, or it's got the same speed. Well, it'll be the same speed as a rancher though, so that's kind of cool. And it doesn't take power or anything. And ranchers have been a little bit iffy since power crystals passed MFR of it. I'm sure whoever took over power MFR is doing a very good job, but they're not power crystals level yet, because power crystals is a really cool modder, and his code was really tight. Now I'm trying to hide what's behind me, but you maybe caught a glimpse or two of it. I've been spawning stuff in here. I've been collecting slimes. I've made little doors here, by the way, just underneath. If we look, so there's a lever that had 10 that spawner on, that auto spawner, and then just here I've got just switch from the switches mod there. What that's doing for me is, see that shut the door, it's just a drawbridge, so I can actually get in and out without having to break the walls all the time. So there we go, drawbridge down. Just got them under there for now. I'm going to tidy that up eventually. What I've been doing, I've been collecting trophies, and check this out. I've nearly got them all. Wow. Some of these took longer than others. The gassed one has been the most. Well, that took the most. That's the one that was in this one, of course, with a higher roof. I've got about 3,000 gas tiers trying to get this gas trophy. I put them all in alphabetical order. I made a list, so I knew what I needed. I also had a quick little run around the Twilight Forest yesterday and just grabbed the 4 bosses. Killed them pretty quick, to be honest. I was debating recording it, but I wouldn't really do it like an adventure. I was just flying to the top of the tower, for example. Flew to the top of the tower, killed that guy with a new rapier that I made because it cuts through his armour rather than having to deflect his shots back at him. The problem I had was I was using a Sword of the Zephyr, so I was trying to block his shots to get his shields off, but all that was doing was making me fly. So it wasn't really blocking his shot, so I was struggling to fight the Lich with a Sword of the Zephyr. So I had to get a new sword anyway, so I thought I might as well make a rapier. So I made a rapier and I've bossed it up. So that's Manilian blade, paper binding, and thaumium rod with full luck on it, and then everything else sharpness. And I've given it the gold block diamond upgrade for an extra modifier as well. What I also made. Yeah, I'll tell you that in a minute. So let's run through all these. And these are in alphabetical order, as I said. What I did was a very good idea by Sice, is going to, if you want to know exactly how many trophies there is, go into a single player world in creative, spawn a trophy in, then just keep placing it, and it'll place them in order until it goes all the way through them and gets back to the start again. So cheesy diamonds. I think that was Nicholas. It's a cheesy diamonds trophy. So starting off, I listed them all down, and as you can see, there's only a few left. So the ones we've got left, because of the way Utopia is built with the spawned in overworld, we don't actually have a lot of biomes to go at. So one iron golem, I'm just going to have to make loads of iron golems. I did make one, trap him in a safari net, but the spawner won't spawn him. Now I think that's because he's got 100 hit points and it's too much for the spawner. So I can't do iron golems, so I'm going to have to keep making iron golems and killing them manually until I need to make an iron golem machine, I think. So that's on the list, make an iron golem machine, or make an iron golem farm so I don't have to waste all my iron. So then that way I'd get iron from it, wouldn't I, rather than using iron. That's like a vanilla thing, isn't it, an iron golem farm? I'll have to look into that. Mushroom, we need a mushroom biome for. Ocelot, you need a jungle biome for. Villager, we need villagers, which we ain't got. And wolf, we need a tundra, I think, or taiga. So the ones I'm missing now, I'm going to have to either ask Nemson if I can make Mistcraft ages of them particular biomes just to catch them mobs and then destroy the ages again, or I might ask him to spawn me in some spawn eggs just so I can grab one of them each in a safari net. I don't think that's too big a big deal. Normally, I mean, any normal world you'd have all them biomes just by searching the overworld, but we have got a custom built overworld, so it's a bit weird. So yeah, there we go, there's a little bat, blaze, cave spider, chicken. Chicken gives you eggs sometimes. Quite funny. There you go. Chicken give you an egg. I don't think Pack does anything. Blaze sets you on fire. Fun. And then cave spider poisons you. Also fun. Chicken sometimes gives you an egg. Cow gives you leather. Cool. Creeper goes boom. Enderman sometimes teleports you, not all the time. Ghast. Huh. So that teleport would lag me out. Just makes a noise. There's our first one, mission Iron Golem. This guy grows into a big one and then goes little again. And mushroom, that's a lot we ain't got. Pig gives you pork sometimes. There we go, pork chop. I wonder if it's on a time thing, because I haven't been on for a while, it's giving me them all. Sheep. Possibly gives you wool now and again. Skeleton shoots arrows that go straight up and then fan out if there's room above him. Not sure what he does. Little slime guy. Snowman puts snow on the ground, I think, but I can't see it. So I don't know if I've got some weird on my settings. But so I don't know if there's snow down here now. I was inside. I morphed into a snowman the other day, and I was putting snow all over Sensor's base, and I couldn't see it, but everyone else could anyway. Spider. Squid, this is quite funny. I need to be able to clean this up afterwards. I think you know what's going to happen, don't you? I can't put that in there, can I? Shit. Go away, water. Get rid of you. There we go. And boop. So now I should be able to tidy up after the squid. When you press the squid, oh, he's going to put a lot of sound off, isn't he? Oh no, he ain't. There we go. That's what a squid does. Oh, I knocked the trophy off the wall. Oh, I made a mess. Oh, there we go. That's what a squid does for you. Makes a right mess. Brilliant. I'll put them back. And there. And got some lights out, I think. Let's just put a light there for now. Make sure this place is all lit up. I don't want stuff spawning down here where I don't want it to. It looks okay. Villager here. I have to kill loads of villagers, unfortunately, which is a bit mean. I've also got to kill loads of wolves, which is also a bit mean. Anyway. And then witch. And of course, zombie and zombie pigman. There we go. So that's what I've been doing off camera, messing around, just getting the right. I've got a big collection of safari nets in here. Look. Getting the right safari nets, running them through here. I've gone through most of my mob essence. Thank you very much. A couple of people let me know that I made a boo-boo by putting this on exact copy. Yes. Exact copy, yes, gives you an exact copy, but uses miles more fluid per mob to spawn them. So you want exact copy known, your fluid lasts longer, your mob essence. Now my mob essence is severely down on what it was. I did have, I think, 12 barrels. I've got 2 left, so I'm going through quite a lot of mob essence, getting all them. But yeah, that's what I've been messing around with. Right, now, I need... Oh, I've got a gold nugget. Must have been from the zombie pigman. Sweet. Let's throw some stuff in there. A bit of delay then, won't they? Throw some stuff in there. You see that, for example, I have got just about 3,000 gas tiers from all that, which is very nice. So I will set them up. Excuse me. I will set them up on level limiters at some point for the stuff that I use, like blaze rods, ender pearls, stuff like that. Got any more of these yet? Nope. Not working as quick as I'd like it to. Maybe it needs a bit of space above it, I don't know. So one other thing I did was I started upgrading my mysterious magnet. It's a bit of a ball to upgrade. It's, if you look at the mysterious magnet, you need 2 of the previous levels to make the next level. Now I put all the patterns into here, but it just recognises all the patterns as the same thing, so it didn't really work. I mean, so I did have a big list of all the patterns in here, but it won't work. So I'm having to kind of do it manually. I made about 2 stacks of these up to now to get to a tier 6, and it does work a bit better. No, I'm not gonna lie. It's the range is increased. There we go. Look. So I can pull things from that far now. But you still get that weird kind of weird effects when things get near you. You can't stand still. You've got to move around. But I was going to upgrade it and show you a fully upgraded one, but I kind of got bored upgrading it. Because of that, I had to get loads more quartz. Because if you look at these, show me your recipe, fool. So not showing me the recipe of it activated, maybe. If you look at these, each one of them takes 2 blocks of quartz, which is of course 8 quartz. So I had to go mining loads of quartz, and I went into Ego's age that's got big quartz balls, and I couldn't get back. I had to get Nemson on to rescue me, because when we changed the Bevo server, my voice is going in it. Excuse me. When we moved to Bevo server, the Mistcraft ages weren't regenerated, so I went there and there was no book, so I had to get Nemson to come and rescue me. But I made this guy to help with that. I made, same time I made the sword, I made this hammer, and that's a cobalt head, 2 paper bindings, and a Thalmic tough rod. So that's really nice and quick for, in fact I'll go show you really quick. Let me go and show you. God, I've talked a lot in this episode, not done a thing yet. Yeah, spawn, and then run to Ego's. If you watch Ego's latest video, he blows his beautiful house up. Why you do that, Ego? So if you go to his base now, there was a big beautiful quartz building here, and it's gone, flattened it. Crazy guy. Oh, he started building again. Going for the cobble look here. Alright, if we go down, and then you'd think someone called Ego would have a big ego here. Go down again. There we go. We can get to Ego's riches. This is kind of like a semi-secret world, so I don't know if I'm meant to be showing this. Some people in the server might not know about this. This is, I think, mainly so Nemson can get enough quartz to build Mistcraft Mountain. It's got these guys in. Check these out. Look, big quartz balls. So I need loads of quartz. The problem with being on a server is quartz in the Nether, it's around, but when there's a server of people all trying to get it, it goes really quick, and you have to keep going further and further out in the Nether to find quartz. Bit of a pain. A good way of getting around that is using MFR laser drill as your item collection, by the way. But there we go. So I made this guy, and we can just quickly rip through quartz. So I mainly made it for quartz. Like so. Lovely. You can see there it's got over a stack. Anyway, right, I'll meet you back in the other world. I've got something I'm going to build. It's a part of applied Energistics I've never used before, which I really like. Heavy in here, isn't it? Yeah, it's a part of applied Energistics that I've never used before. I've had a little quick test on a little bit of my thing. That's why I've got this thing in my inventory, by the way. ME bus memory card, and if you look at it, it's got memoried ME P2P tunnel, which is point-to-point tunnel, and it's set as a fluid tunnel. So that's a little clue at what I'm going to be doing next. So I'll go and head back there. I'll try and find out where. Did I not put a thing to the book here? I thought I'd put right, anyway, I'll meet you back in the other world when I find the way out of this place again. Damn it. There is a book here, I'm sure there is. Back in a bit. Okay then, and here we are. I am back, and what I want to show you is, what I want to change around is the way I'm piping liquids around under here. Now, the way I'm doing it at the minute, I'll show you this little step before. This is using all these fluid ducts. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go, rip all these out. And I actually want to rip up to there. So I want the one that's actually in the block out. So I'll pull all these out. Should have maybe done this off camera, but I wanted to let you know exactly what was here before I pulled it all out, you know. So I'm going to get rid of all these. I'm not going to go any further though, because them fluid ducts I want to keep, but these ones I don't. Now, we still don't have the family expansion upgrade. We've not actually upgraded the server for quite a while, so we're on slightly old versions of some of the mods here. As far as I'm aware, tomorrow we are taking out the Christmas bundle, and then next Wednesday we will be adding new stuff, like upgraded versions of thermal expansion and stuff like that. So I'm not really going to get into thermal expansion any more than I am until after that upgrade, and then that's when we have to replace, recraft all the conduit, all these fluid ducts and stuff, with the new version that is microblock. Yeah, microblock, that's what I'm looking for. And once I've done that, we'll get a lot more into thermal expansion, start putting things together, start putting together induction smelter and all stuff like that. Yeah, right, so they're all gone. Wonderful. Now what I want to do, I want to keep these. This is where my fuel comes in. What I've got here is ME cable. Now I just want to break that a second. So at the minute I've got power cable and ME cable. Let's say, I think, I fell on a hole. I spent 20 minutes talking about nothing in the first half of the video, by the way. It's crazy. I apologise if that was a bit boring. I did not mean to babble for 20 minutes. I thought it'd take like 5 minutes to cover what had happened between episodes, but yeah, 20 minutes. What's wrong with me? Right. So I've got a cable running across from my ME system. And what we've got here is two really cool things. First is this thing. It's called a ME P2P tunnel. And you make it like so. So you need fluid crystal recipes. These are, you only used to use these making your controller and nothing else. So Algorithms made another use for these. Really nice. So what I'm going to do with these is, I've made two. Now the first one I am going to put onto, I'll put one more bit of conduit in there, fluid duct should I say, and I'm going to, now the power line's in the damn way. Where do I want this? This will probably get tidied up. I'll probably move where the power lines run, to be honest, at some point. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm probably going to run an ME cable right around the outside of the building and then bring everything in from the outside. Because ME cable, well, adds a little bit of power use to your network. It's not a big deal. So, okay, let's get closer to that then. So what I'm going to do is, this point-to-point thing, tunnel, what I want to do is I want to connect it to my fluid ducts. You see, it's next to it, but it's not connected. What I need to do, I need to tell this that I want this to be a fluid point-to-point tunnel. So what I need to do is get a bucket of water, click on that with a bucket of water, and now it connects. So now this fuel is actually getting sent into this ME network. It's not going anywhere in the ME network because it's got nowhere to come out. It's got nowhere. We haven't got extra cells, so we can't store fluid inside our ME network. But what it's doing is it's using the cable to travel along. So what we can do now is remember which one was water and which one was fuel. So that one, if that was right next to that water, then that one must have been water. So that means this one must have been fuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other end of this, not the other end, but another one of these onto there. Now, if I connect these, nothing's going to happen because they don't know to talk to each other. But what I can do is bring that up there and then bring it across. They're physically connected, but they're not actually. They don't actually know they're connected. What we need for that is this other thing called a ME bus memory card. Now, I think you can just do this to remember the settings of your normal buses as well, like these guys, these input-output buses, import-export. But they're really coming to their own with this. Now, what I need to do is I need to shift right click onto this one. Settings save to memory card. So now you see it actually says the same as it was because it was already saved. If I shift right click in the air, now it doesn't do anything. But as you can see there, ME P2P tunnel, fluid tunnel, so it knows it's connected to this block. Now you can only have it from one, but you can have it too many. Yeah, so 1 to N. So one input, many outputs. So all we need to do now, we shift clicked on that if you remember, all you need to do now is just normal right click on that. And now fluid can come through this ME cable into there. So all I need to do is create more of these. And basically I can go right across here Exactly how do I want to do this? Tell you what, let me cut camera a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a cable across right in the middle of this bank of nine sets of engines, and off that we'll run cable, and I'm going to make, just to run these back three, we're going to need 4, 8, 12, so I'm going to get another 11 of these point-to-point things. We're going to set up water, so I need another 12 actually. We're going to set up water input, so we'll have 1 fuel input, 1 water output, and we'll have 8 fuel outputs and 8 water outputs. How does that sound? Back in a bit when I've laid the cable down a bit. Here we are then, made it a bit tidier. So like I said I was going to do, I've run ME cable from the back of the Mac there, and I'm going to run it all on the outside. I can't actually get up into this bit now, unless I change it around a little bit. I might have to bring it in, just so I can get into that bit. Well, what do I need to get into that bit for though? I've got a good bit of space I could use there for stuff, I guess. And I've redone this, so I've connected it from there up into the edge, and then I've just speared off each line of these. So that was the one that I already connected, so they should have fuel in there. And what this lets me do as well, it lets me make it so that they're all the same. Before I staggered them to make the pipes fit a bit better. Now I can have it so that the front left and the back right are always the fuel. So front left, back right. What I need to do is get the bus. Just double check I did that again. Settings saved, and then we can do it on all of these. So right click, and then so front left and back right, and then front left and back right. So that should put fuel back into all the dynamos. Very cool. Now this bit I'm not I think I'm going to run this using Redstone energy conduit once we have the update. So even though I'm using Ender.io conduit, which I do like, don't get me wrong, Ender.io I like it a lot, I think just for the sake of making this build real nice and pretty and server friendly, I am going to go fully with the thermal expansion, because it's got a proven track record at keeping stuff running nice and tight. So there's all the fuel. Now we need to do the same with water. So of course I have the fuel over here. The water tank can go anywhere, to be honest. So I might actually want to put the water tank over here. Yeah, missed a bit. So I've freed up the centre of the area. I'm going to have a water tank over here. There we go. Nice little water tank there. And we can put a point-to-point tunnel on top of that. And we also need to click that with a bucket. And we need to set that to export. So now we can get water anywhere into our ME network just from that. So I need to now shift right click on this one, so it knows we are using this one now. So it'll no longer tell, when we right click, it'll no longer put fuel in. Now it knows that it's connected to a water one now. So it's just a case of shift clicking. So back left, front right, and then click, and then click. There is potential to get very confused with this, so I suggest if you do it very slow. I should just do one at a time really. There we go, and then the matching one. There we go. And then 2 more. 1, click, and 2, click. Wonderful. So now if we head back up, we're not actually pulling power at the minute, so where are we? Oh, we are. So we are turned on, so these should all be full. If they're not full, something's wrong. Something is wrong. I know what's wrong. Do I? I do know what's wrong. Well, I wanted to drain the engines a bit, so I turned all these off, didn't I? So let's wrench these back to the power mode. And so now we should have full engines again. I hope. Let's have a look. Yay, cool. So they're getting fuel and water in. As you can see, it's all full. These are running, so that if it wasn't, as these are running, if any of these weren't full, then clearly something would be wrong. But there we go. How much tidier is that? Of course, I've still only got the back 3 banks wired up properly because I am waiting for that upgrade, like I've mentioned about 84 times, so I won't say it again. But there we go. So that's where they connect. I'm sure these will be facadeable as well. I don't think I've got any iron block facades just yet. Got none in there. My stuff is still kind of spread across both bases. When we get the upgraded versions, we'll also be on the upgraded version of Ars Magica. If you've been watching any Direwolf stuff, you'll know that Ars Magica is getting, Karen Dave stuff on the Resident Raz server. The Ars Magica is getting quite a bit of a revamp, and there's a block. Oh, I ain't got no iron ones, but I've got some stone brick ones I can just test for a sec. I'm gonna fly back. Whee! Ars Magica is changing quite a bit, and there's a nice little player detector block that I'm going to use for this. So whenever anyone comes near this, from both sides, from either below it or above it, it'll open rather than having to use a pressure plate. So I'm looking forward to playing with that. So are you facadeable? Now these shouldn't be yet. Yeah, look, they're not, but the upgrade will make them facadeable. But that guy should be. Sweet. So I'm going to have a real nice little system there, real nice tidy floor, and I'll be able to cover all them. How do I get facade up again? There we go. Cool. So I'm going to go make some iron block facades, and I can cover all that up. And I am probably going to go make another. What do I need then? 24 of these P2P things, and get it all ready for these guys, so that I can power these up whenever I want to. And I shall be back in a little while. Okay then, I am back, and I've got all that sorted as I want it to be up to now. So these back ones are running. I've got all the P2P things in there. I've got them all covered when I sign facades, falafels, and that is all ready to go as soon as we get the update on the pipes. Wonderful. I might, a part of me would like to encase all that in dark glass, like a big server room. You know, like you see in a factory building and offices. They always have dark glass, don't they? I think the dark glass would fit well. Speaking of dark glass, I want to wrap up the episode pretty quick. We're about 37 minutes. I want to wrap up by about 40 minutes. I move that down here. Yeah, still going pretty slow. There is only 3 bushes there. Because I wasn't sure if the light from these guys was getting in the way. These arcade lamps might have been getting, even inside that block, I'm not sure. So I'll just move them down there. I think it's far enough out of the way. Yeah, it should be. Anyway, so this is how it looks underneath. It's a bit extravagant, it's a bit expensive, but once you've got materials, it's extravagant and expensive what you should be doing, isn't it? It's just, it looks very tidy and neat, so I am very happy with that. Now, just so you know what's going on, a couple of other things you can do with them as well. I've made a spare one here just to show you. If we place this one down, and let's have it so we can see it, lift it upwards. Thank you. So I've been clicking that with a bucket of water, mix it into a fluid P2P. Blue, yeah? If I was to click it with a piece of redstone, it becomes a redstone P2P. So I could get my redstone signal out of there, then I could have another one under each of these, I guess, and have the redstone signal running up. So I could also have these there if I wanted to. That's maybe a bit too extreme. But you can also have it item. How do I get to move items? So that's that. Right. What else do we need? We have got power cable. Now, does it work off conduit? Maybe not. Might need BC power cable. BC power line. If you click on it, no, I don't work with that. Okay. Just clicking it with BC power line, it'll transfer MJs, and if you click on it with an IC2 power line, it'll transfer EUs. Do you get a 5% net loss? So whatever power you put in for it, you lose 5%, which is nice for teleporting power, I guess. Well, it's not teleporting; it's just putting it through there instead. But so it does fluids, it does items. If you click on it with a BC item line, which I haven't got any of them either. Meh. But yeah, you can do items, fluids, BC power MJs, and EU power, IC2 power EUs, and is that everything? The item, oh, redstone, of course, yeah. So item, fluid, redstone, MJ, and EU. There we go. Wonderful little addition to Applied Energistics. So that can go back in there. Now, I do want to show you one other thing quickly before I go. I'm just starting to set this little system up. Now, I've got barrels laid down here, but this was just like kind of for sure. I don't plan to have barrels down here. These guys stack, which is ridiculous. But I can just store these in my AE network. So look at that. There's. They go a bit weird as well when you're bricking them. So like there's 8. So there's that 2 million. So around 2 million buckets of fuel just in a stack there. It's kind of awesome. So these are eventually going to go into the AE network. Now I've been waiting on this for a while, but I'm starting to work out a little system here. I'm going to flesh it out for next episode. What I'm going to do, instead of having like barrels and stuff placed over here, I'm going to have a bus, a point to point on there that's going to send fluid across over here. And this is just a little mock-up setup I've got at the minute. And what this is an autonomous activator. I actually wanted to do a little bit of work on this before I got to this point. I wanted some gates and got some of them, and I need some cobble, what they're called, them cobble structure pipes. Cool. So we should be able to have it so that if this detects a full barrel, I actually want it that way, do I? So this will take a bit of messing about, but just say I'm going to work it out for in between episodes, work out for the next episode. If this detects a full barrel, so let's just put that onto high, and that wants to be onto that can stay low actually. That what this will do is if we keep stocking this with empty barrels, whenever it gets an empty barrel, this is the autonomous activator again. This will just right click a barrel down. So whenever there's a space for a barrel there, it's just going to knock a barrel down here. There we go. So that replaces barrels. Then we're going to want this guy to tank full. Sweet. Tank full, redstone signal. And then we are going to want, actually better off, we are probably going to want that might actually do it. So let's just set this to tank empty a second. It did, sweet. Look at that. So once that's set to tank full, that'll only pull these out when the tank's full. So what we can have is we can have a ME export bus, putting empty barrels into here. We can have an ME import bus, or an interface possibly. Might need an interface actually. ME interface bringing full barrels in, and then we can automate the filling of barrels because we can just have it so that it's set with a point-to-point thing on top of this. Wonderful. That's going to work very well, I think. We can set this to have a point-to-point thing on top, like so, putting fluid in. So empty barrel will get put in, it'll put fluid in. I'll change this to recognise full. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Tank full, there we go. So that'll only move the tank away when it's full. And then we've got an automated barrel filling system. Sweet. So I'll sort that, like I say, I'll sort that out next episode. I watched a really cool video yesterday. A guy called Hans00 and VSWE who makes Steve's carts. Check it out if you've not seen it. I shared it on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, it's a 24-minute long Rube Goldberg machine of how to turn a light switch on. It's really good. It's using the Direwolf 20 Feed the Beast mod pack, and it pretty much uses every mod in the pack, and it's really awesome. And one thing that it's made me want to use that I've not used before, I know about, is if I can type, is these guys from Factorization. What are they called? Ooh, robotic arm. So I'm going to go play with these in a test world, single player test world. These guys, servos. I want to start playing with these because they look really awesome. I'm thinking of using the servos for putting things in and out of machines if I can get my head around it, just for the sake of doing something different. They look really awesome. They run on little cables, and there's all this stuff is part of it. I think it looks nice and complicated. Some maths and stuff. Ooh, crazy. So I'm going to have a look at that in between episodes as well, in a little test world. Right, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope it was entertaining, and Sorry I didn't get much done in the first half. It just time ran away with me. But we've got something done. We've got these set up in a really nice little integrated system with the applied Energistics, and I've got a plan to play with to show you for next episode. So hopefully you'll join me for that. Cheers. Bye.